Hey, what's up, everybody? It's your boy Tristan Barracks here, the digital storyteller, and I'm super excited to be with you for another episode of Cinecut, where we will be talking about the Rodecaster Pro Firmware Upgrade 2.1. Are you ready? I'm ready. Let's go. Woo! So for those of you that have been following my channel, I've been doing a lot of work and creating a lot of videos on the Rodecaster Pro. I think it's one of the best pieces of audio gear I've ever used. It's amazing. It's phenomenal. So we're going to continue on from my last video overview of all the features into the new features that are found in the 2.1 firmware update, which is a beta firmware update, but it's worth upgrading to because it's so great, and the features I'm going to show you are just stuff that people were waiting for, they're asking for, and the reason why I felt like I need to pick it up. So let's look at extras now. So under extras, we have two new options. These two new options are really exciting. These options are actually options that were added into this new firmware update. Now under the old guides, you know, if we go to the tracks again and we go under effects, we just have a whole bunch of switches under effects. It doesn't really give you a lot of robust sort of flexibility, right? So if you were using another pro piece of equipment, you would have sort of dials and options to really fine tune the way something sounds or the way an effect is applied. Now, if we go back to our settings here, and I'm going to go to hardware, advanced, and extras. So we're going to actually enable the effects mode edit. Right, so once we turn that on, if we go to our channels button, I'm just going to tap on channels here, and I'm going to go to effects. Before we would only be able to tap on different switches, and that's all we could do. But now we actually have icons for each one of those effects. So if we go back to compressor mode, we actually can change the way the compressor is actually engaged, right? This is enabled. I'm going to disable compressor mode, but if I want to enable it and then change the threshold, I can change the threshold here. I can bring it back up. I can do a lot of different things with that, right? Which is pretty cool. If I jump to noise gain, I'm actually going to turn off compressor. I don't really like the sound of that. If I go to noise gain, again, it by default it enables it. When you add in the effects edit, it automatically enables all the effects again. But if you want to change certain things here in terms of how each one of these effects works, you can do that. The de-esser, the same thing again, attack, de-esser. I can turn it off, turn it back on, but it just gives you that much more flexibility. The exciter again, we can do the exciter and see how it works. I'm just going to turn it off again. So this is actually really exciting because it shows you that Rode is really about trying to be innovative, trying to listen to its users. You know, there were a lot of people that were complaining that there wasn't enough flexibility in the device, although the device was really good. It was a very great conceptualization. They just felt like they wanted more pro features. And if we go back to the starting settings of our track area, you actually have a new button called the compressor button. So this actually adds compression over all the tracks. I'm just gonna take that off as well, just to go back to the bare minimum of what I was doing from before. There are a few different features that I found out through watching a few other videos from Rode themselves, and I think that, you know, it might be useful for you. So one of the things that I really love about this sort of interface is that if you go down to, let's say we want to check out our memory bank, our memory card. So we're looking at our memory card, and maybe we want to go to, I don't know, advanced, right? And then we're getting deep into the actual settings of our device, of our Rodecaster Pro. If we're going to jump right back to seeing the main the main screen, which would be our levels, all we have to do is swipe from the bottom of our screen all the way up, and it takes us right back into the metering mode. Now, the thing about the metering mode that is cool, but is a little annoying, is that by default, all these ticks don't actually show you the decibels. They don't actually show you the actual readings, audio readings. I'm just going to hit the sounds area, and I'm going to press back. I'm going to go to hardware. Under hardware, I'm going to go to advanced. Under advanced, I'm going to go to extras. Under extras, there's an option called enable console meter mode. So we're just going to tap on that and turn that up, or turn that on. When we turn that on, all we have to do is swipe back up. And then once we swipe back up, we can actually see that there's actually a measurement now to our audio. We can actually see where our audio is actually landing. So as I talk, I can see that my audio is landing roughly around the negative 18 decibels, negative 16 to 18 decibels landing mark, and that's perfect for me. I love that. Now, if you want to go back to the menu that you were previously on, all you have to do is go from the top and swipe down, and then once you swipe down, it'll actually go to the previous menu option that you're at, and you can turn whatever settings on or off. Now let's talk a little bit about the sound pad. By default, you get 8 sounds that are preloaded in there. I already kind of spoke about that in my previous video, but what I want to focus on is the fact that you can actually do what they call overdubs. Now, what an overdub is, you record once and then you can actually record additional sounds on top of the original sound that you recorded. So in this case, I already have all of my sound effects loaded. So I'm actually going to go to the next page. I'm going to find a empty tab, which is usually highlighted in gray. You can tap on record. Won't he do it? Then you can tap on overdub, record. Won't he do it? Yes, he will. And you can play it now. Won't he do it? Yes, he will. I like that. So I'm going to save that. Now that's saved. So now when I go back to my sounds now, won't he do it? Yes, he will. Now, if you don't like the sound of it, then what you can do is you can go back and you can say, you know what, let me just clear that whole sound pad, right? And you can do it again. You can see how this can become a real infectious, funny thing to do. There's a lot of techniques that you can do by just working with the overdub mode and changing a few things there. The next video I'm going to be working on is actually how to use your Rodecaster Pro for live streams. And then after that, I'm actually going to be working on another one in terms of how to set this up for your DSLR camera and getting audio, clean audio right from this device to your DSLR camera. So I'm really excited about it. I hope you are too. If you like this video, please consider giving it a thumbs up. Please consider following and sharing these videos that I'm creating, as well as subscribing to my channel and telling other people about it. If you really like what you're hearing, if you like the videos I'm creating, please let me know in the comment section. All right, thank you so much. Have a wonderful day. Stay creative. Peace.